Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Hope News. We are giving you some insights into the movement that is changing lives and ending slavery, and you guys are playing an incredibly important part in making that a reality.
We hope that you've had a great summer. We certainly have, and we're really excited about the impact that we've been able to have over the past few weeks in terms of rescuing victims, restoring lives, and reforming society. And in fact, we have an update right now from Richard Sherbell, who is our team leader over in the Tennessee hub. Here he is with some news about what's going on there.
I'm Richard Sherbell, the U.S. team leader for Hope for Justice. A lot of the human trafficking cases that we are seeing here within the United States weigh heavily on vulnerable women that are exploited into sex trafficking. We're talking about individuals that are just looking for something to get out of the situation that they currently have, and they get sucked into this through false promises made by the traffickers. Some of the most recent investigations that we've done here is a female who met an individual online who she traveled to another state to meet, and when she did meet this individual, he got her addicted to heroin and then began trafficking her for sexual exploitation to various cities throughout the United States. She has been rescued in the meantime, and the investigation was turned over to federal law enforcement for prosecution. An individual who has come out of a trafficking situation is both psychologically and emotionally distraught, and to be able to bridge that gap and give them the services that they need, whether that's healthcare or rehabilitative, is key in the success of turning the life around for the trafficked victim. One of our most recent victims that we rescued, we were contacted first by her mother and her sister from another state, and following the wrap-up of the investigation, one of our lead investigators here at Hope for Justice sent an email to the mother and to the sister advising them of the progress that we have made, and the mother sent an email back to the investigator calling him an angel, telling how thankful she was that he was there to rescue their daughter and their sister, period.
October the 18th in the UK, it is Anti-Slavery Day, which is a huge day highlighting awareness and campaigns around the country targeting the issue of modern slavery. This is our opportunity to invite our friends, our colleagues, our family, anybody else you can think of, to get involved in the fight against slavery and to make a difference.
We're going to be in touch shortly via email, and also if you want to just check out our social media feeds, we're going to be sending you resources and ideas about how you can get involved and play your part in Anti-Slavery Day. If you live outside of the UK, this is a UK Awareness Day, but if you live outside, last year loads of people internationally got involved and used their voice to get involved, so please do that as well. Just keep an eye out on social media and you'll have all the ideas on how you can play your part in raising awareness. We've got this phrase at Hope for Justice that we want to celebrate what we want to replicate, and here's Ben Cooley, our CEO, who's going to share a new initiative that we want you to be a part of.
Hey friends, how you doing? It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I love celebration. I don't know about you, but I love celebrating. I love celebrating things. I love celebrating personal wins and organizational wins. And I think there's nothing better than celebrating someone's freedom. In fact, we love celebrating people's freedom, unlocking freedom. So much so that we have actually got something called a Freedom Wall. And the Freedom Wall is where we celebrate people's freedom. Every time we get a rescue, every time someone graduates our Restore programs, every time we get a win, we want to fill this wall with people that we've been able to help because of your generous support. We are going to put on padlocks here on this wall because some people literally had padlocks that held them in slavery, but we together have taken them off, my friends, and we've unlocked their freedom. They are now walking free. Why? Because you got involved. You see this girl here, she's now walking free. Why? Because you got involved. My friends, we want to fill this wall together. In fact, I want to say this, we've already filled this wall. Over the years at Hope for Justice, we've filled this wall. In fact, we've filled another wall here in the office with lives that we together have changed. You have my commitment here at Hope for Justice. As Chief Executive of Hope for Justice, I want to say this, we are committed to filling every single wall in our office. In fact, we're committed to filling all of the 8 locations that we currently are, wall full of people that we've been able to change, people that we've been able to bring out of slavery. We are committed to rescuing hundreds, no, my friends, not even thousands. We're committed to living in a world free from slavery. We're going to celebrate every life until that day. We're going to fill this wall, the Freedom Wall, unlocking freedom.
So as Hope Challenge season comes to an end for this year, we wanted to say a huge and enormous thank you to all of you who have got out there and done amazing things to raise funding on our behalf.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing. You have ran, you have cycled, you have walked, you have jumped out of aeroplanes, you've done apparently murder mysteries. There had been a murder. You have, there's been real life Monopoly. Which we have no idea what that is, but thank you for doing it. And we've had people doing it as young as 5 weeks old to 78 years old. A 78-year-old guy who did a half marathon. Actually, we have a special guest here, a Hope News exclusive, you might want to call it,
Oh my God.
to say thank you in person. This man is an absolute legend. He's from Norway. Ladies and gentlemen, Sondre.
Woo! Oh yeah.
Thank you. And I'm just here to say thank you to all of you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, your dedication, all the drops of sweat and tears and blood. I have no words really, but to say thank you and thank you and thank you. And more than anything, you know, keep dreaming, keep having those ideas pop up. Let's do more crazy stuff, and really just get into the whole. I like to call it fundraising without the D.
Nice.
Because it is fun. It is fun to change lives and end slavery. So thank you for basically being on this journey with us, enabling us to do this work.
And if you've ever wondered what happens to all the funds that you're working so hard to raise, then here is just one example of the many ways that we put that money to great use.
I'm a community outreach worker for Hope for Justice. The main aspect of my role is to find potential victims of trafficking wherever they are. I have a clear idea of where vulnerable members of our communities are looking for help, and if it's not directly with the victim of trafficking, it's with the services, food banks, a homeless shelter, a night shelter, or a church, and I'll just strike a conversation with anyone basically, so that the service know that they can ring me, and I'll come right away and I'll be able to communicate with the person to get their story and see if I can help. Quite often, potential victims of trafficking, they may have not been able to speak to anyone in their language for a while. They feel very isolated. They don't feel like they can reach out for help because of the language barrier. I speak 3 different languages, and I can understand languages that are similar to my language, which is Polish. And they are relieved that there is a smile on their face when they hear their language. The first time I've met a victim of trafficking, it was a very eye-opening experience. He has been a slave for 12 years, and you could see it in him. You could see it in every single thing he did. He just acted as a servant. He wanted to help in every way. He didn't want to be a problem. He just wanted to disappear. He didn't want to be visible in the room. And as much as I was happy that I can help him, it also made me really, really angry that someone can feel this way, and that he has been through so much in his life that he lost his dignity. I think it's really common that some victims don't realize that what happened to them is actually slavery or trafficking. They just think, oh no, he was trying to sort me out with the job, and I had to pay him for that, and I had to pay him back for the tickets, and I had to sleep on the floor, but he was trying to help me. And it's not a nice thing to having to explain someone that, well, you've been exploited, because it makes them embarrassed as well. So it's a lot of emotions that are involved in this process. When someone is rescued, taken out from the situation where they were controlled and were badly treated, it's a very humbling experience. It's something that keeps you going every day. It's the feeling that you've helped someone change their lives. There's a chance for a different life. There's an alternative to what happened to them. It's absolutely amazing. It's something that keeps you going in this job. Everyone should be free and should have their rights respected, and basic human rights are something that we're all entitled to. And to live in a world where people are subjected to violence and to exploitation is just not the world I want to live in.
That is all from us for now. Thank you so much for watching. We really look forward to seeing you again soon. Keep in touch.
See you later.
Bye.